Hi guys, get ready with me while I talk about this trash job market. Today I have an interview and then I also am going to a career fair that I was emailed about. I went to school for aesthetics and they emailed me that they're going to be having a job fair for estheticians. I was working at a spa before, but I moved my location and I ended up leaving, and for other reasons as well too. So now I'm trying to pick my feet back up and get another job at a spa because that is what I enjoy doing. I'm really hoping for the best. They did say that it will be people doing like on the spot interviews in person, so I will have my paper resume. I just printed it out. I'm gonna do that, but that's not until later. So first I'm going to a Starbucks interview. So I'm going to Starbucks and I'm going to be trying to be a barista. I've never wanted to be a barista, but recently I've thought about it because it's been taking me a while to get another job at a spa, and I just was like, why not? And then I've also thought about bartending. So I feel like it would help me, get used to the whole bartending experience, even though it's coffee, but you know what I mean. So I'm just over it because I feel like I've literally applied to like 40 plus jobs and it's just ridiculous. I feel like the job market is trash. And then a lot of the times I'll send my resume and I have the experience. A lot of these jobs, they want you to have so much experience, but it's like, how am I going to get the experience if you guys are not hiring me? And it's like, at least I do have this amount of experience. I feel like a lot of jobs, they want like 5 years plus experience. And it's just like, I have the 2 years experience. That should be, enough for now. And most jobs, I feel like they're lazy and they don't really want to train you anymore. Most jobs used to train you their way, but I feel like nowadays they don't really want to do that. And yeah, I feel like it's just getting really lazy. Even with these jobs using AI, when you send in your resume, they're not even looking at it anymore. So it really doesn't even matter how they feel about your resume because they send it through to AI. And if you make one error that AI doesn't like, then you get denied. And I just feel like there's no human to human connection anymore. Like everything is just AI. It's so annoying. I'm just sick of it. And at this point, honestly, like I've always wanted to have my own job, my own business and things like that. But definitely for sure, recently, it's been a big push for me to start something because I'm so tired of relying on these jobs. I feel like they just act like they never want to hire you. Like I've been sending my resume in, giving them calls, showing them that I'm eager. Like I'm doing things that I feel like most people don't do. I've even drove in person to a plaza and I'm walking into stores and I'm telling them like, hi, I would be interested in this position if you have like an open slot for it. Or like I will ask them, are they hiring? And if they say they are, then I would express my interest and then go home and fill out an application and things like that. I always feel like people seeing you face to face is very important because it's more of a chance of you getting hired when they see your face. So like I'll pop up, let them see me in person, and hope that that shows how eager I am and how professional I am. But apparently it really does not matter. So it's just kind of like, I'm just very irritated, but at the same time, I keep on saying that everything happens for a reason and rejection is protection. So like whatever does not work out, God is putting me in the right space and the right path that he knows is right for me. And for me, it's annoying and I feel eager and uneasy because I don't know what's next for me, but God knows. So it's just really like not in my hands. But at the end of the day, it's just like when you know that you are working so hard to find something, it just can be very frustrating. So like I said, I've applied to 40 plus jobs. I've been calling jobs, telling them right as soon as I send my resume, I call the job and I tell them, hi, I seen that you had an opening for this position. I sent in my resume and I've been doing that, but nobody seems to want to call me back. It's like, how are you guys hiring and you say that you need people, but you guys are acting like y'all don't know why I'm calling. Like, I don't get that, honestly. So at this point, I'm just like frustrated and I don't want to take a job that I am not interested in just because. And sometimes you got to do what you got to do. You got to do things you don't want to do. But I went to school for what I want to do. So it's no reason that I feel like I can't find a job in what I want to do. And there's so many places that keep on saying that they're hiring. But as soon as I called, they just magically just had an interview with somebody else and they got hired. But I still see the position open. Like, I feel like these jobs are lying, saying that they hired somebody or they're looking at somebody else, but it's like the job is still up. So I'm not really understanding. It kind of makes me feel like I'm lacking in something when I know that I'm not, because I know what I bring to the table. But I feel like a lot of these jobs, like, they make you feel like you're inadequate, even though you're really eager to work. And then also, like, this generation, I know a lot of jobs are turned off because they feel like younger people are quick to quit and like not show up and always being late and unprofessional. And I feel like it messes it up for the rest of us, because I want to work. I'm looking for a job. Once I'm into something that I enjoy, especially like aesthetics and stuff like that, I'm going to work hard for it. So I feel like, I don't know, it's kind of discouraging, and I'm trying to be patient and see what God brings for me. But I'm just proud of myself for continuing to keep going. It's no need to stress over it because I cannot control anything. So yeah, right now I'm just doing some quick makeup and I'm praying for the best. I did some concealer, some setting powder, and some mascara. So first is going to be the Starbucks interview. And then after that, it's going to be the career fair. So I'm in Philly now. I'm from Philly, but I was living in South Jersey. So, you know, I couldn't really find any jobs that I wanted in South Jersey. So I had to end up traveling to Delaware, which is not a long drive, but for me, that was like the closest option for, I would say, I guess, success for me and what I want to do. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know why it keeps going out of focus. But yeah, so, you know, I really did like it at the spa that I was at, but I did have certain situations that I felt like was causing the environment there to be toxic for me. And it was really taking a toll on my mental. And I'm not about to work hard for a business that's not rooting for me. I felt like it would be favoritism and it would be different things there, and it was just becoming toxic. And I'm the type of person, it's not always going to be good, it's not always going to be great, but I can keep my professionalism. I don't expect to get along with all of my coworkers. I'm not there to make friends, and I understand that. But, you know, I kind of had a manager that was micromanaging me, and I felt like she judged me for my age and my color. And I'm not the kind of person that always goes to like, oh, this person's being racist. But, you know, I do believe that she was racist. And not even just my experience with her. Other people have complained about her. I don't even think she's there anymore. But yeah, I left there and I'm just looking for something new. I'm just praying. I feel like I'm a hard worker, so it's just annoying. I applied to another Starbucks. I took a walk in there. I took a walk inside of there, and, you know, I had called beforehand. I was at my other job. So the thing is, I have other ways to make money, but I'm trying to prepare myself so that I'm actually in a job that I like. I got bills to pay. I gotta be set. I can't not have any kind of job at all. I just feel super uneasy. So, you know, I've wanted to leave my job, but I have to wait. So anyways, when I was at work, I was looking on Indeed and I seen that there was an open position for a barista at Starbucks. Never thought of working at Starbucks, but I seen it and I'm like, you know what? I do want to get into bartending, so I feel like it could add to that skill. And, you know, when I've been to Starbucks, I've always kind of liked how the staff was and the environment was. You go there to study, do your homework, whatever. So I was like, it could be a cool job. So I went there beforehand. I got them to write down my name and my number because I was asking for the manager, and she was saying that she'll write my name and number down for me. I know sometimes when they do that, I don't get any communication back. So what I chose to do, since it's near my house, I chose to drive there, and then I walked in person so she could see my face. And I told her, yes, I did send my application earlier. I just wanted you to kind of, you know, see my face and I could talk about what I could bring to the table for this position. And she asked me a few questions behind the counter, and then she told me she would email me about an interview. So she emailed me. I did my interview the other day, but also I cannot rely on her. The type of situations I've been in, I worked at a spa. I've had to multitask. I've had to keep an eye on certain things and then also like do scheduling, keep professionalism with customer service, customized skincare regimens, and giving people recommendations on skincare that they can take home. So things like that, skills like that, I feel like are great to add to the table. And it's Starbucks. Based on the experience that I have, it's really just kind of like, what are you guys looking for? The way that I am, I make sure I go above and beyond. So it's just kind of like, I don't know why I'm being denied or feeling like I'm inadequate for a job that's just kind of like, you know, I'm making coffee. Like, what do y'all want from me? I did my interview, and then after that, she's like, okay, so now what we're going to do is you're going to do a second interview, and I'm going to talk to the other manager that's higher up than me, and you guys can schedule an interview. Why am I doing 2 interviews to make coffee? I'm thinking I have the job. All these answers I'm giving, all these scenarios she's asking me, like I'm just so over it. And now I have to do a level 2 to make coffee. Like, I didn't even get interviewed twice to work in the spa that I was working at, but I'm getting interviewed twice to make coffee. I'm just like, and then when I get the job, it's just really not that deep. Yeah, it takes a lot of muscle memory and a lot of hard work and things like that, but I just feel like they're being very extra. But, you know, I don't want to keep talking about negativity. I'm just thinking like whatever's meant for me will happen. So I just wanted to vlog this with you guys because I feel like I've been seeing a lot of people talking about the same thing, where they're talking about how it's hard out here finding a job nowadays. Nobody wants to hire you. It's getting crazy out here. I'm just ready to start my own business, employ myself, because I'm not about to keep on relying on a job that doesn't even care about me. I could work hard for them for years and they can just fire me. Don't really care about my mental state, you know, and I'm working hard for them. And I don't want them to be in control of if I can pay my bills or not. I'm just not doing it. I've been wanting to start a business, and that was always going to be something that happens, but I think right now it's just pushing me harder. And that could be the reason why too, why I'm being denied left and right, because it's time for me to start my own business. The things you try to get so bad and you push for so bad, it rejects you because you're trying too hard. You just have to relax and trust the process and know that everything will work out for you. So I am working on that. But yeah, guys, I did my makeup. I'm gonna head out the door so that I'm there early. It's not that far from me, and I'm gonna let you guys know how the first interview went, and then we're gonna head straight to the job fair. Hey guys, so I just came out of my first interview. This one went really good. Honestly, I feel like I'm getting like better results than I got from the last one, even though I gave the same sort of answers. I did notice that it was like different questions, and it seemed like it was like less than the other location I went to. She was asking me like a lot of questions, and they were like kind of similar to the ones I was asked today, but different at the same time. Anyways, this girl seemed more like she's really, really urgently looking for a team. So I feel like I'm definitely going to get hired to this one faster. Only thing is like the pay. I was going to get paid more at the other one, and that sucks, but it's like, I don't know, maybe it's for a reason. Maybe, you know, I'll work my way up here. I know for sure that if I put my mind to it, I will work my way up at this location. But I'm just really trying to decide which location I want to choose. But if this one offers me a position first, I will choose this one because I do want to learn those skills. You know, like I said, being a barista, I feel like I can learn a lot because in the future, I do feel like I would like to tap into like bartending and stuff on the side. So yeah, this space seems nice. The coworker seems cool, but you know, also I'm not fixated on that. Like, it's not about the coworkers being cool and stuff like that. I have to hurry up. Also, I got a free coffee. So, yeah, I got basically a shaken brown sugar espresso, but I ordered it differently. But that's basically what that is. So I got that. She said I am going to do a second interview. So I was curious if that was actually a thing or if the other location just wasn't really interested in me and she was just saying that. But there is a process of a second interview. So she did say she wanted to move me forward. And so we picked a date, like today, of when I'm going to do my second interview. At the other location, she told me that she would contact me and let me know when her other one's available, like her higher up manager. But at the same time, she did say that it's hard to catch her manager, like a time with her. So that's why she doesn't like to wait, because it's hard to kind of get her for a second interview. So maybe that's the difference. I don't know. But I do feel like I get a different energy. Like I feel like maybe this team will be better for me here. The other one seemed welcoming, but at the same time, I don't know. We'll see. I'm not going to stress anything. But now I'm about to head to Delaware and I'm about to go to the job fair. And it's probably like 30 or 40-ish minutes from me. So I have to go. But I just wanted to chat with y'all about that process. And yeah, I have my little, my blazer on, professional. And we're gonna head to the next one. I'm so irritated, guys. I'm rushing. Let me turn this down so I don't get copyrighted. I was rushing and I left my charger. I thought I had an extra, but this is the wrong cord. Yeah, this is the wrong cord. So my phone is on like 20% and I have like a 49-minute drive. Well, basically 50 minutes. That's so irritating. I was gonna stop back at my house. It's only a few minutes away, but it's gonna add on more minutes to when I get to the job fair. And it's over at 3 o'clock. So it says I'm gonna get there at like 2:14. And I'm scared to go home first and then get there like 2:30. That's just not, I don't want to show up 30 minutes before it ends. I don't think I'm going to get anything good. I really wish that I knew the right time that this started. When I got my email, for some reason I mixed it up with 7 o'clock. It started at 10. And, if I knew that beforehand, I wouldn't have booked an interview with, Starbucks today. The same day of, I would have just went to the other one earlier and then probably did the Starbucks one on the way back home, or like just chose a different day for that. But that's on me. I should have been called and made sure what time it was. I called today and I was like, hey, it's at 7, right? And they said no, it's from 10 to 3. So I didn't want to cancel my interview with Starbucks because that would have been unprofessional. I'm not about to buy a new charger. I have like 3 or 4, maybe, actually not 4, that's a little crazy, but I probably have like 3 charger cords that I have, so I refuse to buy a new one. And I thought I left one in my car. I think I did. I don't know, I have to look for it, but all I know is I need to charge my phone. Guys, I found a charger. Good thing I didn't go home. It's busting out the seams, but it should still work, so thank God for that. Okay guys, I'm here finally. It's 2:13. Yeah, I'm about to head inside. I just want to touch up my face real quick. Not too much because I have to hurry up and go in, but just touching up a little bit. Just pat my concealer in. I really hope I find something. Not gonna lie, I feel like I'm about to crash out. Like, I'm just tired of doing this whole process, All right, y'all. So yeah, we're gonna head in. I have my resume, and yeah, I'm gonna keep y'all updated on what goes on when I come out. Guys, I'm back from the job fair. First, when I walked in, I thought it was over because people started leaving the room and it was empty. And I was like, oh my gosh, I swear, if I just drove here and it's over, and it wasn't supposed to be over till 3, I was going to be very frustrated. So when I first walked in, I told the lady I was there for the career fair. She was like, oh yeah, I'm sorry. I let some of the people leave early. So thankfully there was one lady left there, and she stayed around. She talked to me a little bit. She seemed enthusiastic, like they were really, looking for someone, and they're open to training someone to work in the medical center. And that is more so what I'm looking for, like a med spa where I can learn more about lasering and like deeper exfoliation procedures and things like that. That's definitely what I'm looking for. So when she said that, I did get excited. One thing is, though, the location, it is really far from me, and I don't think it would be worth it, like money wise, even though everything's not about money, but realistically, like I need to pay my bills and stuff like that. So it would be kind of hard driving that drive 5 days a week. It's like a 2-hour drive, and realistically, I could feel like that might mess up my car, or it just won't really work out. And there are other med spas. It is frustrating, but there are more, so I just have to keep looking. I did end up seeing another company. I applied for them before, and I did get hired, but I ended up giving them a call, and I told them that I no longer would be taking the position. I was offered a position somewhere else, and that's when I started working at Ulta. And that's because when I went there, it just seemed unprofessional. The person that was interviewing me, she was smoking a vape, and I'm not the perfection police, but it gave me the energy that like it wouldn't be professional, and that scared me because I was just freshly coming out of school, and I really wanted the proper training for aesthetics because it's very tedious, and I could get clients who book a facial, and if I don't have the proper training, they're going to be looking at me like I'm crazy and I don't know what I'm doing. So that's what made me choose Ulta over it was Massage Envy. So I did talk to them. I gave them my resume, and they looked at my name and they recognized my name, which I was surprised by. And they said, oh yeah, you actually got interviewed by, I'm not gonna say her name, but this girl before. So I'm like, oh, so they remember me. That was so long ago. I don't know how they remember me. That was like 2 years ago when I applied. So I don't know how they brought that up. I don't know if she told them that I applied to that position again, so maybe like my name is fresh on their mind. I don't know, but I was gonna just take the position if they offer it to me because they claim I was honest with them, and I told them that I felt like I wouldn't get the proper training at that time, so that's why I chose Ulta. And I got a little nervous about that, but I didn't like snitch on the girl. I didn't say she was smoking her vape and she was like being a professional, because I don't want to ruin her job. But they said there definitely is like proper training and stuff like that. So they smiled, shook my hand, said they would reach back out to me. I don't know how true that is. Part of me feels like it was a fake smile and they're probably going to look at someone else, and maybe it's not for me. I left them for a reason. Right now at this point, I'm trying to figure out if I will be staying at Starbucks until I get a better offer. What I did was, the career fair was at my school that I went for to get my esthetician certification. So while I was here, I talked to them about coming back to school for a medical assistant. Definitely the big plan is adding it to my aesthetic certification so that in the future I can do more of med spa work, and I could do more, like medical aesthetics. I want to do more things like Botox and deeper exfoliation like dermaplaning, microdermabrasion, and all that kind of stuff. So that was definitely my plan for the future. And then also, you can't really go wrong with having a medical assistant certification because they always need someone in the medical field. At this point, I did set up I set up an appointment to sign up for school. It starts in July. So I'm going to be coming back to school. I just don't know if I should take the position at Starbucks or take the position at Massage Envy. That's what's kind of driving me crazy right now, because I'm thinking if I reject Starbucks and I regret it, I can't get that job back. I don't think they're going to hire me. So I don't know. It's kind of stressing me out, but part of me feels like maybe that's the best decision because Starbucks is close to my house. So at least I know I'm not driving too much. I'm not paying a ton of like toll and stuff just to get to work and gas. My job will be right there, and I could pick up how many hours I want and then finish school. And while I'm working on that, another opportunity might pop up for me. I feel like I'm kind of being steered away to what I really want and enjoy and like, and it's more so like survival mode now at this point. It's just kind of like, now I'm thinking of doing jobs I never even planned on doing just because I want to pay my bills and I want to feel like I'm on my feet. And I do have multiple sources of income. I have multiple ways of how to make money, and I'm always going to figure it out. But I want something more steady, I'm always going to have something on the side where I find out how to make money. That's always going to be a thing. But sometimes I'm tired of running around figuring out how I'm going to make money. Like, I need at least one job that's sturdy. I have that sturdy income while I'm also doing other things on the side to make money. So yeah, I didn't even plan on talking this much, but right now I'm gonna meet up with my friend. She's in the area and I haven't seen her in a long time because I moved, so we weren't as close anymore. But I'm glad to catch up with her. We're gonna grab something to eat. You guys might see me again. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna make another clip just like ending the video. But yeah, that's where I'm at right now. Hey guys, so I'm home right now and I'm looking a little rough because I just woke up from a nap not too long ago. I was out super late last night and then I had to wake up early. So yeah, I came home. I was knocked out, but I just came on here because I wanted to close out the video and let you guys know what's going on. And I'm just really irritated, but at the same time, I feel like it's for a reason. So, after my interviews, turns out when I went to my interview for the other location, well, the first original location that I did, they found out I had an interview at another location. So they said that it's against the rules for them to overlap. And for me, it didn't make sense because it's like, it's not overlapping because I didn't get offered a position at either location. So it just felt like, I don't understand why that's an issue. It's not like I was going to accept the offer for both locations and work both locations. I was just interviewing at both locations. So that was against the rules. So the lady from the first initial place I had an interview at, she ended up writing down notes and said she would reach out to the other district manager. And then I received an email from them saying that they were going to look at other candidates. So I was pissed off because it's like, what kind of answers are y'all looking for? Y'all are looking for a robot for what? To make coffee? Like, I don't understand. They act like they want these upscale answers. And this lady had like a stink attitude. I was fine on my first interview with the first manager. And then when it was time for my second interview, this lady had a stink attitude. And from the jump, she just seemed like she didn't want me there. And that's the energy that I felt. I didn't even like how I felt in the interview. She was like, it was like she was testing me. Like, I gave her an answer to a scenario and then she would kind of like try to make me feel stupid for the answer that I said, or like it wasn't good enough. So I got irritated, and in the back of my head, I already just felt like she wasn't going to, even look at me any further. So I'm just like, whatever. And when she told me she would reach out to the other district manager because she wasn't aware that I did an interview at both places, she said she would reach out to her. I decided to take the steps to email her and let her know my side of it before the other manager reached out to her. So I told her like, hi, you will be receiving an email about me having 2 interviews. And I just explained to her like, I just was trying to explore my opportunities at Starbucks, just a bunch of bullshit. And it's just like, why do I even have to do all of this? So I did all of that, and I still get an email. I wake up to an email after my nap, and this lady tells me they're gonna look at other candidates. I feel like definitely I'm at a point where I'm not even stressed. I feel like God is removing that from me because he knows like there's something else that he has better for me. So that's why I didn't get the position. But I think it's just the rejection part of it. It's my pride, because I feel like, bruh, I printed out the training infographics of Starbucks so that I can start to memorize the drinks. I was putting on my best, like putting on my business looking suit, my blazer and my button up for these interviews, and I'm giving them my experience and all this stuff, and I'm seeing them have a bunch of teens behind the counter. So it's like, what did these teens say to get hired? And it's like, I'm doing all of this work just to get denied. And I just feel like it was just so crazy how it was an issue that I applied to the same company. Are you kidding me? So you have an issue with the fact that I had 2 interviews and it's at the same company. And then at the same time, you cannot blame me, because who would not apply to multiple jobs to secure a position? Like, I need money, I have bills. So I don't understand what they want. I'm grateful that I was able to be admitted into school, but As far as the dumbass Starbucks situation, I will not be working there, and you know, it's whatever. I just have to remember, like, people get denied, it happens. You put your work in, you get denied, but rejection is protection. So I'm just gonna keep saying that. Massage Envy got back to me. I think I told you guys about the Massage Envy situation. I didn't even think they would give me a second look because I declined their offer last time and I ended up going to Ulta. And then she actually reached back out to me. So I looked through my email, and actually, was it email or did she call me? She actually called me. No, she called me while I was getting gas. And I answered the phone, and she's like, "Hey, this is so and so." I almost said her name. She was like, "This is so and so. Are you still looking for an esthetician position?" So in my head, I'm thinking, okay, this is all happening for a reason. I'm denied from Starbucks so that I can work at Massage Envy. But at the same time, I'm getting nervous because I'm like looking at other people's experience. Although I can't just go based off of that, I have to step foot in there myself. But at the same time, realistically, I'm not trying to waste my time. If I can avoid an experience, you know, avoid going through so much, I'm gonna do that. So I'm looking at a bunch of videos on people's reviews of being an employee at Massage Envy. A lot of people saying the pay is not enough, and I feel like if I was living in the area, maybe I would be willing to just get the experience and, you know, get paid like what the pay is that I heard. But it's like, I live in Philly. I'm not about to drive 40 minutes for like a very small pay. I'm just not doing it. And it sucks because I'm trying to keep getting more experience in aesthetics. I did talk to my school after signing up, and they are supposed to help you get a job in, you know, that specific area that you went to school for when you leave. So first, I originally went for aesthetics. I finished school for that. So I talked to them about helping me find a job at a spa. So they're going to be doing that for me. In the meantime, you know, I'm gonna just focus on the fact that I'm about to be starting school again. And I do have other ways that I make income. So it's not like I'm flat out like broke. I don't have anything at all. But I would just like a stable income, and also being in a space that I feel comfortable in. So like learning more about aesthetics and things like that. But anyways, I didn't plan on really coming here and talking that much. I just wanted to touch on like an update so that you guys know. But yeah, I am a little irritated just because my pride is just like, why would you reject me? And I'm putting all this work in. It just pissed me off. And that lady was a weirdo, because why would you, like, what was the point of taking notes and telling the other district manager that I had 2 interviews at 2 different locations, but it's the same damn company? Like, aren't y'all all rooting for Starbucks in general? I don't know, but whatever. Anywho, I'm gonna have a good rest of my day. I'm gonna keep on praying about it. I was hoping to end here with good news that I got a job, but at the end of the day, I'm not gonna say it's not good news because I signed up for school. I'm still gonna be pushing and applying to these jobs, but you know, this is the realistic outlook on, I guess, applying for jobs and going through this. I just can't wait to be where I want to be. But you know, I'm still young, it's coming, and I'm on the right track. So yeah, this video, I guess, is for other people who are experiencing the same thing, having trouble finding a job or feeling like they're not good enough. It's a lot of us out here that feel the same way. These jobs are just weird, and I feel like they're losing the lack of like humanity, of them having their own opinion based off of, you know, what they see. I feel like, I don't know if you get what I mean, but what I mean by that is like sitting in front of someone, seeing how their mannerisms are, body language, seeing like they're a kind person, they're going to be able to talk to customers, and then seeing that they are able to be trained. I feel like with these jobs, they listen to what you have to say, and they can like you, but they'll type in their notes to AI, and AI makes a decision whether they should deny you the opportunity or not, which is so weird. But this is what society has come to. This is why I'm going to build my own business. And, you know, these experiences are just showing me why I need to have my own. And that's going to be done. So, yeah. I'll see you guys in the next video. And I'm going to just, like, continue to keep you guys updated. But just keep pushing, keep praying. And it's inevitable to be successful in whatever you're, you know, pushing for. It's going to get attracted to you. It's going to be aligned to you. So, yeah, we're all in this journey together, as I always say, and I will see you guys in the next one.